In 2075, humanity had entered a golden age of space exploration. No one expected that this era would witness contact with an advanced alien civilization, the Fiorans, an ancient space empire possessing technology far beyond what humans had known. Amid this advancement, Adam, a young astronaut, was preparing for his first journey across the universe, but he had no idea that this trip would change his life forever. Adam, an ambitious young man, was confident in himself but lacked one thing: excitement. His dream was to live thrilling adventures like those in science fiction stories. On the day he was chosen to join a diplomatic mission to the Fioran Empire, he finally felt that his dream was coming true. But when the first meeting between humans and Fiorans began, something unexpected happened. Princess Lilia, the daughter of the Fioran Emperor, encountered Adam in an unusual way. Through a fleeting glance, she felt something different towards him. Lilia, the heir to the throne, was beautiful and mysterious, living in a palace surrounded by secrets. As the diplomatic meetings began, events unfolded unexpectedly. During a tour Adam took at one of the Fioran space stations, the station was suddenly attacked by a mysterious space force, the Black Shadows, a rebellious group seeking control of ancient technology. The events escalated rapidly. Adam and Lilia had to flee together in a spaceship, away from the threat of death. Amid their escape, threads of a massive conspiracy unfolded before them, threatening to destroy everything the Fioran Empire and humanity had built together. On board the ship, there were moments of tension and fear. However, over time, Adam and Lilia's relationship began to develop. They found themselves living perilous moments, forced to sneak through galaxies and face violent space confrontations. Each encounter with the enemy revealed a new aspect of Lilia's strong will, while Adam showcased his bravery and intelligence in facing dangerous situations. This was not just an escape. Both discovered that behind the attacks was a greater force operating in the shadows. The leader of the Black Shadows, known as Zyron, was searching for an ancient weapon called the Planet Keys, a weapon capable of controlling and destroying planets. Zyron was a ruthless enemy. His sole goal was to regain control of the galaxy. As the confrontations escalated, Adam and Lilia began to feel that they were no longer just escape companions. Romantic sparks began to fly between them, especially in the moments they faced danger together. One quiet night, while resting in their spaceship, they talked about their dreams and fears for the future. In that moment, they felt something different, a love slowly beginning to grow, unaware that this feeling would become their refuge in facing the impending darkness. In the midst of their journey, they encountered a secret resistance team of Fiorans working against the Black Shadows. There, they met other intriguing characters like Kara, the strong leader of the resistance, who held a secret about Lilia's past. Doubts began to swirl around the true origins of Lilia and her role in the grand conspiracy. The mystery deepened. Adam discovered that Lilia was not only the heir to the Fioran throne, but also the key to activating the Planet Keys. This truth placed her at the center of the conflict, where everyone wanted to either destroy her or use her as a weapon. In one decisive confrontation with the Black Shadows, Lilia sustained severe injuries. At a crucial moment, Adam had to make a brave decision, to put himself in danger to save her life. His feelings for her had developed to the point where he could no longer let her go. As Lilia lay between life and death, they both realized that their relationship had grown deeper than just an adventure. The two returned to the Resistance headquarters, but things became more complicated. They discovered that there was a betrayal within their ranks and that the Black Shadows had planted spies among them. At that moment, they had to distinguish between friends and foes and figure out whom they could trust. Lilia, after recovering, became more determined to confront Zyron. With Adam's support, they devised a bold plan to infiltrate the Black Shadows' fortress and destroy the Planet Keys before Zyron could use them. The journey to the fortress was filled with challenges and thrilling confrontations. As they approached the fortress, tension began to rise between Adam and Lilia. Their feelings for each other were rapidly developing, but they had to stay focused on the mission. In one of their dialogues, they discussed their future after this war was over, but at that moment, danger was closing in on them. The two arrived at the Black Shadow's fortress, and the final confrontation began. As they entered the fortress, violent clashes erupted. Adam exhibited unexpected bravery, fighting alongside Lilia with all his might. In moments of danger, they had to rely on each other. In the end, they reached the heart of the fortress, where the planet keys were located. There, they confronted Xiron in a decisive battle. The battle was filled with tension and excitement, and at a pivotal moment, Lilia was forced to use her own powers to disable and destroy the keys. After the battle, as the fortress crumbled around them, the two realized that their adventure was not just about saving the galaxy, but also about discovering love. As the fortress collapsed, debris fell around them, and smoke filled the air. Adam and Lilia were running fast to escape the destruction. As they raced towards their spaceship, parked a few meters away, Adam stumbled due to a part of the floor collapsing beneath him. In that moment, Lilia returned to him without hesitation, grasping his hand to save him. They looked at each other with eyes filled with fear and tension, but also with a shared new feeling, the love that had grown between them amid the conflict. The two struggled to board the spaceship. As their ship distanced itself from the crumbling fortress, Lilia watched the debris in silence, contemplating what had happened. Adam sat beside her, trying to break the silence. In that moment, they realized they had survived not just from destruction, but also from the internal chaos they had been feeling. The love that had grown between them became deeper than ever. But not everything was over yet. Upon returning to the Resistance base, they learned that Xiron had managed to escape, and that the war was not entirely over. The two knew that this battle might just be the beginning of a larger conflict waiting for them. When they arrived at the base, they were greeted as heroes. Everyone celebrated their victory, but Adam and Lilia knew that a bigger mission awaited them. Amidst the crowd, Lilia approached Adam and said softly, "No matter what happens from now on, I will be by your side." He looked at her with a faint smile and said, "And I will never leave you." A few days passed, and things seemed to return to normal, but anxieties still filled their minds. They knew Xiron wouldn't stop until he got what he wanted. While they were in a meeting with the Resistance leaders, they received shocking information. Xiron had discovered a new location for a much more dangerous ancient weapon than the planet keys, the Dark Star, a powerful entity that could control gravity and destroy stars. They didn't have much time to think. This information meant they would have to embark on another adventure, but this time the danger was much greater. As they prepared for the new mission, the tension between them grew. Their feelings for each other became more evident, but they had to balance love with the responsibility that lay ahead. That night, as they rested before the next adventure, they spoke honestly. Adam said, "We might not come back from this mission, but I want you to know I will fight for you until the end." Lilia smiled and said, "And together, nothing can defeat us." That moment was pivotal, as the love between them became an unconquerable force. The two set off on a new journey, this time to an abandoned planet containing the secrets of the Dark Star. The adventure was more dangerous and complex than anything they had faced before. They had to confront advanced technological traps, remaining forces of the Black Shadows, and even betrayals from within their ranks. With every moment of this new adventure, the danger increased. But at the heart of it all, the love between Adam and Lilia was strengthening. They found themselves relying on each other to face every challenge, and every moment when one of them was in danger only deepened their bond. After a decisive final confrontation with Xiron on the Dark Star planet, Adam and Lilia managed to disable the ancient device and save the galaxy once again. But Xiron, in a final act of betrayal, attacked Lilia when she was vulnerable. In that moment, Adam stood between them, sacrificing himself to save her. As Adam bled on the ground, Lilia screamed his name. She rushed to his side, her heart breaking as she held him. In his final moments, he said, "No matter where I am, I'll always be with you." His words were filled with love, but Lilia felt rage. She summoned her powers to end Xiron's reign and restore peace to the galaxy. In a powerful climax, Lilia confronted Xiron, harnessing the power of the Dark Star against him. With each passing second, her grief transformed into unyielding strength. The epic confrontation ended with Xiron's defeat and the remnants of his army scattered across the galaxy. After the battle, Lilia stood alone on the dark planet, holding Adam's remains. She felt the burden of loss, but also the power of love he had given her. As she gazed at the stars, she made a vow to Adam that she would not forget him. He would always be her guiding star.